I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer, great one. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I can do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
So last week, what's his name? Zuckerberg announced he's getting rid of the fact checkers. They're going to do community notes. He literally said that there was a bias among the fact checkers. Who could have thought, Mark? Who could have thought? And in reading the article I did about Zuckerberg firing all the fact checkers, there were some titles of these fact-checking companies where it was Orwellian. Ministry of Truth, no joke. I put a note on my to-do list to go, I want to know the people behind these fact-checking companies. These self-declared guardians of truth who are so tone deaf as to come up with the idea of we're going to be a fact-checking company. And then some of the names they gave themselves. But what I want to do is know for myself, look, is it the people I think that are behind it? I don't mean like I know these people personally, because these aren't people. These are robots. These are NPCs. And I cannot emphasize the few of you in the fact-checking industry how much I mean that. You're not humans. You are robots. You are NPCs. You are programmed to be leftists. And that's my thesis. That's my bet. I could be wrong. We're going to look into the International Fact-Checking Network. Are you unemployed? You got nothing better to do? Got some of daddy's money? Hey, let's form a club. A really fucking nerdy club where nobody gets laid. And I just want, I'm testing myself is really what I'm doing. Kind of like the Clary test. I got the 4 questions to find out whether someone should run for office. And my thesis, my theory is that the type of people who are going to create a fact-checking organization are all leftists. They all have worthless degrees. There's not going to be an engineering major or a doctor or a cop or a bowling pin setter. There's not going to be one single real man or woman who has worked a day in their life. It is going to be all these self-sanctimonious Carleton School graduate Middlebury assholes who just decided to self-declare. And in the quick looking up of this website, I think it's even worse. This is the International Fact-Checking Network. I don't even think it's an actual fact-checking company. I think it's just the guild or the organization for fact checkers everywhere. Oh, I could be wrong. This could be all engineers and doctors and surgeons and cops and firefighters and real men and women. But I'm going to bet you're going to have a bunch of unemployable nobodies who are just activists. And the implication being, boys and girls, is that you never trust anyone from the Ministry of Truth. These are the liars. These are the actual these are the people who are against free speech. At one, you had it. You see the thing right there now, kids? See, At one point in time, at least on paper, journalists would go and find the truth. But I'm going to bet my left nut everyone here is a leftist ideologue. And it's really sad what it is. It's probably a nonprofit entity they created as an existential crisis. Because becoming a mechanic was just beneath you. What's good though, where did it go? Hang on, is it here? Where was the letter to Mark Zuckerberg? They had a letter to Mark Zuckerberg. Scrolling here. Let me read this first because it's like Sweet Baby Inc. The DEI bubble is over. It's like the .com bubble. There was funding for your Marxist leftist horseshit through the private sector, right? You got paid to do your activist shit. It's over. The money's over. You don't provide a service anybody wants. It's not profitable. By all means, on your own time, go ahead and do it. I'm wondering if this is how dare you take our money away, paying us not to be leftists? An open letter, meaning no one cared, no one asked. An open letter to Mark Zuckerberg from the world's fact checkers 9 years later. As Meta announces end to U.S. fact-checking, program partners warn of setback for accuracy online and potential global consequences. Fuck you. There's no. We'll figure it out. We don't need you, school marms, you little nanny Nazis, to tell us what the truth is or not. And you know what? If society doesn't figure out the truth, they believe people with funny mustaches and funny walks and funny hand signals is the greatest thing ever, and they got to basically go to war and almost all die. I guess people got to learn the hard way then. Already, the supreme arrogance of you people to think you guard the truth. And here comes you're taking away our money. Fuck the people. We know what's best for everyone. Dear Mark Zuckerberg, 9 years ago, we wrote to you about real-world harms caused by false information on Facebook. In response, Meta created a fact-checking program that helped millions protect millions from users from hoaxes and conspiracy theories. This week, you announced you're ending the program in the United States because of concerns about too much censorship, a decision that threatens to undo nearly a decade of progress in promoting accurate information online. Really? That was accurate information online. Here, just in case the International Fact Checkers Network cares, I think you lost everybody when someone would. I'll tell you the joke I posted. I posted a meme, and it said, "Life is full of ups and it said ... and there's a picture of Greta Thunberg there. That got taken down. I think everyone has an instance, whether it's Facebook or some other place, where there was a joke, a purposeful joke, and you guys are so bored and have nothing else really to do in life. Somebody actually said, actually, that's not correct. What? And then you would proceed to explain that the punchline is a falsehood. Well, no fucking shit. That's why it's a joke. I think really, of all the theory, you're biased to the left. Oh my God, can we suck Obama's dick a little bit more? All that, I think when people were making jokes and you're just as tone deaf as the religious right was in the 80s, people are like, holy shit, lady. No shit. He isn't the rabbi. That's why the rabbi walked into the bar. Actually, a rabbi wouldn't do that. Thanks, Karen. The program that launched in 2016 was a strong step forward in encouraging factual accuracy online. It helped people have a positive experience on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads by reducing the spread of false and misleading information on the feed. No, it didn't. And by the way, you've been replaced by a better thing. If you really care about truth, right, you say, well, the community notes seems to be a better, more efficient way. We're glad we served. It's been an honor. It's been fun. But we think we found a better way to do this. And now I'm going to get on with raising a family, pursuing my degree in accounting. Oh, wait, that's right. You're leftists who are just looking for fucking existential purpose without any actual labor involved. Am I right? We'll find out. We'll find out. I'll get to your backgrounds because you cannot help but tell us about yourselves. We believe, and the data shows, most people on social media are looking for reliable information, make decisions about their lives, and have good interactions with family and friends. Informing users about false information in order to slow its spread without censorship. Boy, this really is rent seeking. Our job's about to be paid. Are you Luddites? Is it the better technology came along, and now we got to keep the horse and buggy industry going along? Heaven forbid you learned to code. Fact checkers strongly support freedom of expression. Bull fucking shit. Fucking hell. Talk about gaslighting. And we've said that repeatedly and formally in last year's Sarajevo statement. The freedom to say why something is not true is also free speech. Yeah, but what if we don't want you? Never mind. Like, what if we don't want Buzz Killington at our party? What if we don't want you theater kids there, like ruining a good time? But to say the program has become a tool to censor and that fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US, this is false. No, it isn't. You can't demonstrate that. People view you as biased and censors. Go eat a bag of dicks. Your behavior has convinced most people and the ones in charge that you're too biased. You're censoring. You're too stringent on the freedom of speech. I have a really hear me out. I got a stupid idea of libertarianism. How about there's just no fact checkers? And community knows, like the community itself kind of go. How about like the idea of freedom of speech? There's no, you could disagree, you could provide evidence, but there's no we're taking it down. Like it means the freedom of speech, right? Like gay rights. You got the exact same rights as everyone else. It's none of your fucking business, right? You're an adult. You're not committing no crime. Don't give a fuck. Gun rights, right? Hey, you legal, law-abiding, you could carry this? There you go. It's in the Constitution. You want to kill your babies before they're born? Knock yourselves out. None of our business. Oh, but it's your business, isn't it? You really lack self-awareness. None of these organizations should have been set up unless they say we need fact checkers. Here's some money. All right, well then we'll go and rally. I want to know: do you got like conservative fact checkers? Really? Do you? This is false. We want to set the record straight, both for today's context and the historical record. I'm going to fact check it. Meta required all fact-checking partners to meet strict nonpartisan standards through verification by the International Fact-Checking Network. I'm going to find out. I'm going to look it up, right? I'm going to look up your backgrounds, right? I mean, I'm not going to slam on. I might slam on a little bit, especially if you majored in dumb shit. But we're going to find out what side of the political aisle you're on. This meant no affiliations with political parties or candidates, no policy advocacy, and an unwavering commitment to objectivity and transparency. Well, then that would have shown through. Each news organization undergoes rigorous annual verification, including independent assessment and peer review. Really? Guys, I'm not. Did you just say the news is not biased? There's some idiot with a beard. Oh, some millennial fuckwit. He's at the LA Times and he wrote about how Sunday driving in LA caused racism. Like it was a white privilege. It's that's a LA Times. LA Times, not We Hate White People Monthly. Fascinating magazine, by the way. I subscribe. How about you? Are you trying to defend media? Right? Do you see that? Is it over there? I can't see. I got the screen up. Far from questioning these standards, Meta has consistently praised the rigor and effectiveness. Just a year ago, Meta extended thanks program to Threads. Your comments suggest fact checkers are responsible for censorship. Well, who else would it be? It's Dre isn't on my Facebook channel. It's not. Who? What? Don't blame the concentration camp guards for gassing a certain group of people? Who is it then? Even though Meta never gave fact checkers the ability or authority to remove content or accounts. Okay, fine. You weren't given authority, but once you said, people online have often blamed and harassed fact checkers for Meta's actions. Your recent comments will no doubt fuel those perceptions, but okay, that's not fair. Look, if they're getting paid and Meta brought them in, that's fair. They were invited, but the reality is that Meta staff decide on how content found to be false by fact checkers should be downranked or labeled. All right, I wonder if those people are gone too. Look, here could just be that you've been replaced by a better technology. Several fact checkers over the years have suggested to Meta how it could improve this labeling to be less intrusive and avoid even the appearance of censorship, but Meta never acted on those suggestions. Additionally, Meta exempted politicians and political candidates from fact checking as a precautionary measure, even when they spread known falsehoods. Yeah, they're not wrong there. Zuck the Cuck, he has a bad track record, doesn't he? Fact checkers, meanwhile, said that politicians should be fact checked like anyone else. Yes, they should. We have like that much common ground. Over the years, Meta provided only limited information on the program's results, even though fact checkers and independent researchers asked again and again for more data. But from what we could tell, the program was effective. It was too effective. It was too effective. Research indicated fact-checking labels reduced. But okay, let me ask you this. For the Fact-Checking International Organization of America, isn't not your ideological brothers and sisters in Meta that did this or that? Like, okay, you're telling me you went in, hey, this isn't real. This is let's say whether it was one of your Karens was having a bad day and she didn't like the actually kind of funny black joke that your black buddy posted, right? Or whatever it was, you came in and said, that's not true. And you're like, but, it's okay. Right? We know you don't have that. But then it was Meta who said, oh, bad, take it down. Who was it at Meta taking it down? Was it the Republican Brigade? Was it the anti-DEI guild of Facebook employees that no, it was leftists, wasn't it? Your problem isn't your search for truth. Your problem is you're all left. I could be wrong. We're going to go and look at their backgrounds in a moment. But what we could tell, the program was effective. And in your testimony to Congress, you boasted Meta's industry-leading fact-checking program. This was a bad idea from the beginning. You said that you plan to start a community notes program similar to X. We do not believe that this type of program will result in a positive user experience. Here's where I lose you again. Who the fuck are you to tell whether we, the consumers, having a positive experience? Right? I love Rumpelmans. Crappy, that's bad. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad or right or wrong. What would you know a positive experience is? You're not that person. You understand? We're a little bit worried about your hand, the right hand going up a little quickly, a little too straight. You are enjoying something that is false. That joke, though incredibly funny, came at the expense of a black man, even though the black man posted it and was laughing equal to you. And we will take it down. Or you will have no happy experience. Imagine all the good jokes we made. I mean, really, it'd only be guys. We could only do it. Girls would just, because girls aren't funny. There are so many good racial jokes us guys could be exchanging right now. Now watch, Dre's going to come in and start dropping bad ones. I'm going to have to go through and censor them. This isn't an invite, Dre. I'm just saying maybe we should form a group, an international organization of dudes who want to exchange good racial jokes. Can we do it? Remember the old school Dean Martin celebrity roasts where he'd just get up and roast everybody? I think we got to do that again, but we bring our A game, right? We get every race and group in the world, right? And see, we'd have to, let's say there's some rivalry between the Indonesians and the Filipinos. Most of us wouldn't get the joke, but I bet you it's fucking funny if we understood the background. And we got this big it'd be the Olympics of racial jokes. You got the white team, we got the black team, and the Asian. Oh, we got to do East Asian, Southern Asian, Middle East. Oh, God, it would be so much fun. And we'd be like, why is that funny? So you got to understand, it'd be such a cultural learning experience. Oh, no, but some women might get some sand in their hoo-ha over it. Assholes. You're all fucking assholes. Research shows, I'm sure the research shows that many community notes never got displayed because they depend on widespread political consensus rather than on standards of evidence and accuracy. Even so, there's no reason community notes couldn't coexist with the third-party fact-checking program. Or maybe they're done with it and you got replaced by the car horse and buggy whip manufacturers. Community notes model that works in collaboration with professional checking, strong potential as a new model. No, you're just protecting your jobs now. Go away. You're not one. Look, you might think you're trying to get people to eat their vegetables. The people don't want to eat their vegetables, right? Right? The need for this is great. No, it's not. If people believe social media platforms are full of scams and hoaxes, they won't want to spend time there or do business on them. Well, then that's a self-solving problem, right? Or maybe do you think we believe now the TikTok girls? Oh my God, the man didn't give me like a $10 million dinner and I'm the queen, but you think people are falling for this shit anymore? Everyone, you got dead internet. No one believes the media, no one believes anything else. That brings us to the political context in the United States. Your announcement's timing came after President-elect Donald Trump's election certification and as part of a broader response from the tech industry to the incoming administration. Mr. Trump himself said your announcement was probably in response to threats he's made against you. Some journalists that are part of our fact-checking community have experienced similar threats from governments in the countries where we work. So we understand how hard it is to resist this pressure. The plan to end the fact-checking program by 2025 applies only to the United States for now. But Meta has similar programs in more than 100 countries that are all highly diverse at different stages of democracy and development. Yeah, probably. Some of these countries are highly vulnerable to misinformation that spurs political instability, election interference, mob violence, and even genocide. I'm sorry. If I find out you're leftist, I'm going to say, well, then how is that different than what you guys promote? I'm honest, man. I'm honest. White people suck. We need affirmative action. Oh, my God. If we don't, we need immigrants. We gotta just bring them all in. Oh, my God. Did you know Trump and Russia in collusion? Oh, my God. Trump had sex with a prostitute back in the 80s. Oh, my God. Respectfully. And here's wow. Look at all these fact checking. Dude, there's like 20 of them. 20 of them. PolitiFact. Look, isn't Snopes enough? Look at all these self-declared organizations. I'm somewhat understanding. Like, yeah, if you were an actual journalist, you're like, well, that's not true. This is true. No, that's false. I could understand. Yeah, every country probably need this. But look, guys, you ruined your reputation. We saw what you fact check. We saw, and it's swaying one way. All right, now let's see if I'm wrong here. Okay, here are the people. Meet the IFCN team. This is the main gal, Angie Drobnik-Holan. All right, let's open. Angie Drobnik-Holan is the director of International Fact-Checking Network, which supports and promotes fact-checking worldwide. Before assuming that role in June 2023, she was an engineer. Just kidding. Served as editor-in-chief in PolitiFact, U.S. fact-checking site for 10 years. She has extensive experience in fact-checking the presidency, Congress, and political campaigns as a reporter, PolitiFact team, and won the 2009 Pulitzer Prize on National Report. No one believes that doesn't mean anything now. The Presidential Freedom Award, that means nothing. The Nobel Peace Prize means nothing. And the Pulitzer Award means, which if you won the Pulitzer, that means you're a journalism major. I'm sorry. Fuck off. Master's degree in journalism from Columbia University and Master's of Library Science. Fuck off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're a leftist. You're a lazy. Here's where I whether it's the Clarity test or me criticizing worthless liberal arts degrees. It tells me about your core, what you declare as a major. You're either going to work hard or you're not, and you're not. It's also not a surprise you're scrambling to save this contract. I get it. It's personal financial interests. I get it. But don't tell me masters of library. You have 2 master's degrees, journalism and library science. How lazy are you? Undergraduate degrees from Plan 2 Liberal Arts, native Louisiana, School of Math and Arts. Okay, well, that's a short inch. Okay, you're a journalism person. All right, got it. Let's go to Ferdy Furhat Oisoy. It's got an umlaut above it. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ferdy, let's just call him Ferdy. He's the deputy director of international fact checking at the Poynter Institute. Okay, another nonprofit, a premier global coalition of fact checking organizations. Before assuming the role in 2003, he served as IFCN program director and interim director. Before joining IFCN in 2020, he co-founded Turkey's first and only political fact check. Mike, Turkey needs such a thing? Sure. Dude, engineering? Did you drive cab in Istanbul? What did you do? What real world adult experience did you have supporting yourself? In 2014, along with Turkey's open data platform, Veri Kanegi. Another project he ran while at Turkey was Wait, where he interviewed 120 Syrians living in Turkey to share their life stories with the public to fight the growing misinformation and xenophobia against it. Dude, did you ever have a real job? Dual degree in history and political science from CUNY Brooklyn College and an MA in international relations. Okay, no, not a real job. Alana Dwarvak, international training manager. Produce Interactive, current role, Drovek Interactive, leading producer on the News University team. Began her career working as a local reporter at London Mirror Times, located just outside Washington, D.C., where she covered safety and public health and sports. From there, delved into the nonprofit realm to include an internship monitoring and evaluating the National Democratic Institute. Fuck off. Bachelor's degree in journalism and mass communication from the University of North Carolina, master's degree in international development studies. Again, another person who at 17 decided they didn't want to work for a living. You got it. Do you understand my concern? None of you are working for a living. None of you want to work hard. You all want to save the world, and that's more important than the world itself and the truth to you. Deidre Gonsalves. Okay, let's see if this gal has a real background. Deidre has spent more than 2 decades helping communities think critically. Fuck off. Critical thinking skills. Here we go again. An organization build capacity as a skillfully dedicated grants and program manager. You learn how to take other people's money. Right. Her work in journalism and National Public Radio and American Psychological Associates trade publication APA Monitor illuminated opportunities to deepen her impact. Gonsalves has held numerous positions that power innovative solutions and staying critical. More bullshit. That's a lie right there. That's bullshit. No, she did these things, but it's the euphemisms. It's the pablum. It's the Orwellian speak. Just say you didn't really do much of anything. And contracts analyst for Eastern European and Eurasia at Internews Network, grants management specialist for U.S. Department of Justice, and program officer for AmeriCorps. Received her formal training in media at Hampton. Secured her master's degree to Howard undergrad certificate, Johns Hopkins. I'm just going to assume it wasn't in medicine. I'm not trying to slam on you people. I'm just trying to point you out. I'm trying to describe it. Enoch Nairiki. Communications manager, international fact checking, and at Poynter Institute. Previously was community impact manager for IFCN. Before coming to Poynter, Enoch was the news editor and managing director of PaceCheck, where he helped launch fact checking operations in 9 African countries. He's originally from Kenya, lives in St. Petersburg. That's a nice town to live in, St. Peter. He can be reached at. Okay, maybe in war-torn Africa. What are you doing in the United States? Was it too hard for you? No, wasn't an engineer. Didn't serve as child war person. No. No, don't care. Here we go. Arena elect. I do believe in physiognomy. Arena elect is a seasoned monitoring, evaluation, and learning professional with over 17 years of experience in overseeing and enhancing MEL, monitoring, evaluation, and learning. Tests? You develop tests? Guys, there's only what? How many we got left here? There's one more guy, Salvador. You're my last hope, buddy. Help me, Salvador Rodriguez Ruiz. You're our only hope. You're the only guy left to be like an accountant, stay-at-home dad, groundskeeper, anything. International domestic projects. Arena brings creativity and technical expertise. No, she doesn't. She doesn't have a degree in engineering or computer science. To her work as she contributes to refining program indicators, developing data collection reporting systems. Shut up. What is that? What? So you made a poll on Twitter? What? Do you have a master's degree for that? I'm going to find out. As well as defining and operationalizing indicator collection strategies. Get the fuck out of here. You're all trying to avoid having to go back to school for a real thing. That's what you're doing. Hey, look, for a while it was great. During the dot-com bubble, I was overpaid. All right. But then the money went away. All right. You can't be paid for being a leftist anymore, no matter how euphemistically you dress it up, no matter how nobly it is actually to do genuine, actual fact checking. But you can't do it because it ain't in your blood. If I saw people from a truly diverse background, right? Oh, here's a pastor and here's a train conductor. And this guy is a computer science person. And we've all brought him in from actual different, like the diversity that matters, the diversity of backgrounds, not your fucking skin color or your plumbing. You guys are monolithic. Again, you're not humans. You're just what was mass produced in the schools to say leftist talking point things. Look, I know I wasn't going out on a limb on this one. I know. At times we got to actually go and fact check. Like, okay, do any of these people have real jobs? Or just a bunch of nonprofit people deathly fucking afraid of real work? Throughout her career, she has managed M&E on a diversity of topics, from community-based HIV program to a $230 million U.S. aid cross-bureau global health project operating in over 40 countries. Prior to her role, Arena oversaw mail unit staff and operations for a global engagement. Dude, just say you had a welfare jobs program your entire fucking life. Project aimed at supporting independent media overseas to counter Russian disinformation and malign influence. Ariano holds a master's of public health concentration in M&E. I'm honest. What was M&E? Monitoring and learning. Honest to God, I got more respect for the people who like do the trimming of the trees on our roads out here. I got more respect for the immigrant that comes over and drives Uber at late night, like Myron's old man did. This shit, guys are privileged, and you've never lived in the real world, and you're gonna, maybe that's it. Maybe your heart's in the right place, but you are so conditioned, so myopic, so brainwashed, and so lacking of other normal, regular experiences, you wouldn't know how to not be leftist. M&E from Tulane University School of Public Health and Tropical Medicine, and a Bachelor's of Arts in International Development with a concentration of avoiding work. Oh, I'm sorry, Economics from the George Race Institute of International Affairs. All right, Salvador. Here we go, buddy. Come on, man. Come on. Salvador Rodriguez Ruiz. Salvador is currently the program officer for the Code of Principles in the International Fact-Checking Network and previous program officer of MediaWise. Salvador earned a master's in, come on, buddy. I didn't look to the right. Come on, buddy. Help me out. Non-proliferation and terrorism studies. Oh, from Middlebury. Oh, my God. Oh, that's the wait, were you in the thing with diverting hate? Were you part of that? Were you paid YouTube to divert traffic from me and Rollo and all the red pill sites to go to like the government squeaky clean approved sites? Was that you? Because that's kind of anti-free speech. Non-proliferation and terrorism studies. Did what? Institute from the Middlebury Institute of International Studies focusing on online extremism and radical. I guarantee you worked with the same people who did that diverting hate thing. Salvador has written on misinformation targeting minority community. Here's the other thing, buddy. The fact you're associated with that organization, no, you are definitely anti-free speech. Maybe not you individually, but that organization is, and the work is anti-free speech. Dude, this right here, you're the program officer. No, you are biased. I know, maybe not him, but the institutes you work for, your coworker, your colleagues over at the Middlebury Institute for Pressing Free Speech. No. And this is the guild that represents all fact checkers across the world. If you guys don't, but go look up the research for diverting hate. It's Middlebury. Pretty sure it's this International Institute for Studies. Minorities that have produced media literacy for lessons of Spanish speakers presented online media literacy before Congress Hispanic Institute, the Sikh American Legal Defense Fund, and National Association Latino Health. Oh, God, again, you just say you avoided work. You guys are all. Look, you're all losers. You're losers. Not a single one of you worked around. Maybe you. I mean, I know you don't put all your resume on there. Maybe some of you bust tables. Maybe some of you work security. But come on. Really? I mean, there's like 30 other fact-checking companies across the globe. Maybe I'll go look at PolitiFact. But no, you guys are biased. Whether you realize it or not, you are biased. You are so soaked in academia, work-avoidant bullshit. You have no clue what's real. You have no cynicism. You don't have any ability. You don't have a brain. There's no independent mind in you guys. Your religion is total. It is all-consuming. I mean, you could have Nolan Ryan throw a fast 102-mile-an-hour fastball right across the place. You call it a ball. You wouldn't call it a strike. As a fellow of the Poynter Koch Media and Journalism Fellowship, he developed a resilience program for fact-checkers in conflict zones. A native Spanish speaker, Salvador has a special interest in advancing regional fact-checking programs in Latin America. So you're going to go down to, is it Daniel Ortega is in charge of Nicaragua, right? You're making sure that guy's, right? You're exposing him. And Maduro, right? You're checking in on those guys, right? Or are they leftists and they get a pass? That'd be a real good way to tell. Okay, you fact-checking Maduro and Ortega. Isn't Ortega, didn't he come back? I could be wrong. I'm sorry. I just, no. If you represent all fact checkers, that colors all fact checkers as biased. And it's not a leftist ideologue, sure, but lazy people who just don't want to lose their money. That's it. That's why the Young Turks are all going a little bit to the right and moderating. That's why everyone's bailing on the MSM and they're going on their own YouTube, which they should. No, you're not. You're not fact checkers. You're biased political the organization you create is a biased leftist organization. It is not a fact-checking organization. You guys are not unbiased people. You are monolithic Borg. You're leftist Borgs. If you want me to come in as like kind of maybe we ought to get someone from the right and the conservative side of things, bring me in. For lots of money. But get the fuck out of it. You aren't the guardians of truth. Not with that Middlebury Institute shit. Get the fuck out of here. I will not attribute malice to them. I think they actually think they're doing a good. They actually think they really do. They're true believers. They just don't understand the tremendous blind spot. They're completely biased brainwashing and education has created in their minds. All right, let's go to the super chat. Sam Whiskey, most American name in America. Cappy, who's fact checking the fact checkers? No one. This is a bunch of self-declared assholes. No one's. Well, I'm fact checking the fact checkers. Well, we kind of all did, right? Do you know who fact checked the fact checkers? Is everyone who went on Facebook, saw a funny joke about whatever, some Jews or a Hispanic, or there was a good women joke in there, and they came in, women really don't, or they took down something that was free of speech, but well, I want to know this. Anyone from the left? I don't have that many people tuning in from the left. But did you have some that was picking on, I don't know, Donald Trump or the right that was taken down? we all the fact checkers. We started seeing what they thought the truth was and how biased and skewed it was. Cappy, who fact checks Wikipedia? You don't. No one fact checks that. No one. Wikipedia is not the truth. If you need the quick and dirty, like the basics of what's going on, fine, Wikipedia. Otherwise, Wikipedia has been proven. There's been times they're just outright wrong. They're never biased to the right. You know why? Do you know why journalism in general, was Wikipedia websites or actual writing articles? Do you know what's biased to the left all the time? Because the people who go into these fields have the time for it. They're lazy, they're not busy, they're not raising families, they're not majoring in engineering, they aren't patching up somebody's heart in open heart surgery. They're a bunch of sanctimonious, truly privileged, probably come from wealthy backgrounds, Jessica and Jason Christ of the world, who are going to save the world. And they actually have time to go fucking edit Wikipedia or go get certified or however it is. I don't have time nor the inclination or desire to. I want to be a Wikipedia editor. I want to go hiking. I don't get to do that today. I get to mail copies of my books to the post or to the copyright office. Here's what real people do, okay? Journos. I had to answer some questions online. Then I have to go to the post office to mail copies of my books to the copyright office. Then I get to do my taxes. And then what else? Then I got to pay estimated taxes. And then I'm going to go work on the house. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later, Toodles.